I mean, in terms of what's going on now, what's your assessment of what Israel is doing in Gaza?
I can answer you with two words: a war crime. My government is now engaged in a massive war crime, killing hundreds of innocents. It's not just a war crime against the Palestinians, it's a crime against the Israeli people. And on behalf of thousands of Israelis that are demonstrating right now in the streets of Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem, and in many other places, with Palestinians, with internationals, people from all kind of background and all parts of the Israeli society are completely ashamed and against this crazy assault. We know that you cannot kill, as Jewish people, we know that you cannot kill the desire of people to be free. As a Jewish person that was raised on all these values of liberation and humanity and freedom, we cannot kill the desire of the Palestinian people to live in freedom. And on behalf of those people in Israel and in the world, I want to call the international community, the Jewish community in the world, and everyone that listens to me now, please join our force to stop this massive killing. Please, for the sake of Israel, for the sake of Palestine, and for the sake of the world, I want to cry and to shout and ask you, people are dying right now. The rockets, by the way, can kill also me and my parents when we work in the south, not far from Gaza. But it's crazy that my government, at the same time that people are being killed on our side, is continuing this crazy assault, thinking that they can kill the desire of millions of people to be free.
But the argument your government has, Tzivi Livni, was saying that it's extremists responsible, a small number granted, but every rocket that's fired out of Gaza into Israel must be stopped, and this is an act of defense.
Yeah, and the Palestinians will say the same thing. This is an act of defense. They are being trapped in this open-air prison for decades, and they cannot eat, they cannot have medicine, they cannot go in, they cannot go out. We lock them there in a big ghetto, and we have to put the words in a very clear context. We are locking this 1.5 million people for so long, and we treat them as animals, and this is the result.
What are the changes that could be interpreted as a materialization of the popular demands there?
Well, I think that we need to reach a point now in history where we realize that this war on terror is a war of terror, and everybody who plays a role in that so-called war on terror is in fact a collaborator with American imperialism and the denial of human rights. I believe, personally, but it's not up to me. It's to us as people, not just the Egyptian people, all of us, because we're all connected. Everyone stands to gain by the success of these revolutions in the Middle East, and everyone stands to lose if these revolutions fail. So we must make sure that the people's will is respected. And the only way that it will be respected is by the very same thing that we're seeing right now, and that is that governments have started to fear the people. Only when governments fear the people do they actually do what we demand that they do. Otherwise, they do all the same old things that they've been doing in Egypt, which torturing people, imprisoning people, killing people. I believe that everything should center around our rights, a Bill of Rights, human rights. Everyone has rights, and don't you dare tell me that you're going to provide me security, but you have to take away my rights. No, we have rights, and don't you even think to take away those rights. And I believe that should be the center of all of our movements. Every single person shall be respected. And until such day that every single person on this planet is respected, there will never be justice, and for damn sure there will never be peace. The only way we're going to have peace is when we have justice. So we must demand justice, and we must be willing to die if necessary. And I want to say love and respect to all the revolutionaries out there. I want to say love and respect big time to the military who have put down their weapons. And if you need to, if your commanders are ordering you to kill the people, then maybe you should turn your weapons on those commanders.
You just referred there in your comments.
Treasonous.
Yeah, you just referred there in your comments. What do you think the Arab uprising is about when we're speaking about the Israeli lobby, about the United States, their concerns? Will they be able to, in the protesters' words, hijack these uprisings?
Yes, if the people do not continue to maintain the pressure, continue to do what they're doing, let us not rest easy. Let us not listen to the words restraint or calm. Let us be resolute. Let us be determined, and let us never give up. I myself know that the powers that be are desperate. The Israeli Zionist project, the American imperialist project, is on its knees. It is trying everything it can to try and maintain the system of power that has put people through hell for decades and decades. And if we do not stop, if we do not give up, we can succeed. And the whole planet, all people will succeed if we do manage to not allow the tyranny to continue. And I must say one last thing, Palestine. That's where we're going ultimately. Palestine must be free. There is no question about that. It is at the heart of all injustice. So let it happen sooner rather than later.